Shalom, Kol Haloyim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Yeah, I want to show this video, and then I have two more that I want to show as well. But I'm on TikTok, and this channel is New York Post News. But there's something fishy going on right now. Esau's up to something. I'm going to just show these videos, and you be the judge. But of course, we're going to talk about it. We'll grab some relevant precepts. But I might have to read this first one. We'll see. In case, you're listening, not really watching. But let's listen. Let's watch. It says, wild video shows moment Las Vegas shooter enters gym where he was planning mass killing. So you see the guy walk right in, and of course a gun in his hand.
The suspect has been identified as Daniel Ortega. He was 34 years old, 5 foot 11 inches tall, and weighed 180 pounds. This is after the shots had been fired and he had had a malfunction. The suspect is seen throwing a set of car keys while he paces back and forth, routinely looking out the front window. You'll see him take his wallet out of his back pocket and also toss that down on the floor. We presume that when he opens this door is when our officers first see him, when Officer Javier fires the first round. And then he exits the other set of doors.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And I just peeped his last name is Ortega. And I'm glad she spoke. I forgot she did that. But the next video we're going to show, I'm assuming this guy, Daniel Ortega, is a Northern tribe. The next video, dude is definitely Northern tribe. So that's a odd coincidence as well. But he just strolls up into a gym, gun all out, big ass, huge gun. And apparently it jams. And apparently he was planning a mass shooting. So he was going to go up in that gym and just light up everybody. Now, if it's real, it's real. Who really knows at the end of the day? And if that's the case, then of course, the love of many is most definitely waxing cold. And we already know that. But to me, it just seems fishy. You go up in there, you're planning this event, and then your gun just randomly jams, and then you're just walking around, pacing back and forth. And then why did he throw his keys? Don't you plan on getting away? You just throw your keys on the ground, and then he walks to the door, and then he just throws his wallet on the ground too. So you just threw your getaway whip, and then your money, your card, your ID, you just throw it on the ground too. It just, it smells, it's fishy, something's up. Esau's planning something. Who knows? Who knows, right? And of course, Ortega. So maybe this could have been a Northern tribe. But, all right, cool. Now, let's watch this next video. And then I found a video of somebody explaining basically exactly what I was thinking too. So let's check this one out.
Sarah Milgram and Yaron Lashinsky, two Israeli embassy employees, were shot dead in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday night. Eyewitness video obtained by CNN appears to show the suspect in the deadly shooting as he's taken into custody.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Washington Metropolitan Police has identified the suspect as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago. The shooting happened near the Capitol Jewish Museum.
Prior to the shooting, the suspect was observed pacing back and forth outside of the museum.
All right, we're going to pause right there. So Elias Rodriguez, I'm assuming another northern tribe right there. First one, northern tribe. Second one, northern tribe again. Excuse me, again, I believe. Now, that's not the thing that caught my attention the first time. I'm going to let this other guy explain exactly what I was thinking, because he basically took the words right out of my mouth. Once again, this one just seems fishy and it stinks as well. So check this out.
So I just read the news article from CNN about the 2 Israeli ambassadors that were shot in DC. And I just need people to put on their critical thinking hats for a moment, because read this. So they immediately have a suspect named Elias Rodriguez, who was observed pacing back and forth the museum and approached a group of 4 people, right, before he opened fire. And then after the shooting, mysteriously, for some reason, he went into the museum and then was detained by event security. I don't know why he would re-enter the museum, but okay. And then as he was being taken away, he was chanting "Free, free Palestine." And then the Israeli ambassador just happens to say that the couple that died were a young couple about to be engaged. And a young man purchased a ring this week with the intention of proposing to his girlfriend next week in Jerusalem. Isn't it extremely convenient for the United States to have the suspect in the shooting be a Latino man, also having him chant "Free Palestine," and also walk into the event that he was just at where the people were at instead of running away? And also you're going to try and like make the victims immediately empathizable, like with the story about how they just got engaged and they wanted to go to Jerusalem. Like, isn't that just all a little bit too perfect? And all of the information is readily available the night it happened. Like, I have no idea what the fuck happened, but it stinks. It stinks of a false flag operation. And this is designed to trick all of the people that don't think critically in America, which is the vast majority, into, you know, continuing to allow hate and racism towards Palestinians, to hammer down on immigration. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's so insane. If you're not thinking critically about what just happened this evening, bro. So I just read.
Right, like he said, it stinks of a false flag operation. It stinks of Esau trying to cook up something that just, it's not working. He got the wrong ingredients in there. It's super obvious, right? All of a sudden, you have what's happening in the Gaza Strip, where Israel has this blockade and they're not allowing humanitarian aid to come in and help the Palestinians, right? And of course, we know America is a very, 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 if not the #1 close ally to Israel. So then they more than likely, in my opinion, I'll just say, grab this Jake, this northern tribe Jake, set him up to go out here and shoot up these 2 Palestinian ambassadors, or I'm sorry, Israeli ambassadors, and he's screaming "Free, free Palestine." So they have an effort to make people continue to side with Israel, because of course, oh my gosh, look what these crazy Palestinians are doing. Free, free Palestine. No, look what you Palestinians are doing. We're on Israel's side. We don't talk bad about Israel. Now, what are they trying to set up exactly? Who knows? But Esau's up to something. Esau's up to something. It stinks of a false flag. Like he said, it's fishy. It's corny at the end of the day, too. And if you have your thinking cap on, like old dude said, you can see through it. You know Esau's up to something. It's our job to just keep our head on a swivel, though, and to make sure that we're not getting caught up. Same thing with this whole, this is the reason why they got this whole Tory Lanez BS all shoved down everybody's throats, and P. Diddy all in the media, and everybody on TikTok and X making updates, and this is what's going on, blah, 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 because now you don't see what Israel's doing over there in the Gaza Strip. You don't hear about situations like this. I mean, this one, a lot of people know about this because it happened right in D.C. But a lot of other things are happening too. But no one's really worried about it, especially not Jake, all distracted with this entertainment of Diddy and Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. No, things are happening behind the scenes, and we have to stay circumspect, like the scriptures say. Stay circumspect, keep our eye on the swivel, our head on the swivel rather, meaning we continue to look at prophecy. So something is up, and that's why I'm gonna throw that away now. I'm gonna start off in this chapter right here, this verse, 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, For we are not ignorant of his devices. If you're not ignorant, that means you're in the know. You're aware. And of his devices meaning his evil schemes. And when someone gets an advantage over you, that means they've gotten over on you. They've gotten the best of you. So Satan is not going to get the best of us because we are in the know about his evil schemes. And we know these things because the Holy Spirit is upon us to make us watch, to bring us certain articles, to bring us certain videos. And we tie these things to the scriptures so that the elect can hear it and, of course, be edified, but also warned. Be edified, warned, and in the know. Now you're not confused. Now you're not lost like these other people wondering why these things are happening in the world. No. You understand why these things are happening now. Oh, okay. Because Esau is ruling. The devil that the Bible speaks of is in power. The wicked is ruling. That's why this is happening. We know the scriptures say that they're going to come down. Let me just read it. Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, is referring to Esau, Edom, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And if you Christians believe that Satan was already kicked out of heaven, then this can't be talking about Satan. Who is he coming down on? He already kicked out, according to y'all, right? No, this is talking about a people on earth that are known as devils. They're known as slanderers. It's talking about Esau, Edom, that's his biblical nationality, and what you all might call as white, European, Caucasian, whatever. Now, their kingdom is coming down quickly, and they know it. And what has Esau always done? Set up different false flags, different operations to make things look like he's the victim, or make things look like he needs to step in and offer a solution. And then you're supposed to just eat it up. All of us, we're supposed to just eat it up and be like, all right, yeah, I guess you're right. It makes sense. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Both of those dudes, Northern Kingdom, and then they both, apparently they're just pacing back and forth like they don't, they don't know what to do, or they're just waiting on their moment. First dude's gun gets jammed, and then he just throws his keys in his wallet. Second dude lit them up talking about free Palestine. Now, what do you have to do with Palestine, Jake? According to the people over there right now. That ain't got nothing to do with you. But it's so convenient. They grab a Northern Kingdom, Jake, because, of course, now they're saying, look, we got to get these immigrants out of here. They can't stay. They're dangerous. Look at them. Look at this dude. He just shot these two ambassadors. Or embassy members. Yeah, so something is fishy. Esau is going to come down very soon because he knows that his kingdom is crumbling. So he's setting things up basically for Jacob's trouble. He's doing all this so that he can create a new world order. I'll just say it is what it is. It is what it is. And what's coming is going to be a time like never was nor shall be. So I'm going to read 2 Ezra 15, starting at verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And the sword right here just represents a killing weapon. It just represents a weapon for destruction. So a gun, that's your modern day sword. And so you saw, obviously, the sword in both of those videos, and it's going to be used even more on a greater scale. Watch, when all hell breaks loose. It only makes sense. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. meaning people are going to be able to do whatever they want to do. Whatever they feel like they need to do, they're going to do it. To eat, for shelter, for protection, they're not going to be listening to nobody. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride. Now this is why the Lord is doing this. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, meaning the gun, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, that's famine, and for great tribulation. This right here is a vision, a very good description of Jacob's trouble. This is what's coming. And right now, we're just simply in the beginning of sorrows. We're not in Jacob's trouble right now. You can still wake up, you go to work. If you want to take off, go on a little vacation, you can do all that good stuff. But very soon, this is going to manifest itself. And it's not going to be a question of, oh, are we in Jacob's trouble or not? No, you're going to know. It's going to be very, very much evident. But right now, Esau is paving a way for a situation like this to break out that we just read. In my opinion, those two were false flag operations. Now, why did the dudes gun jam? Who knows? And I don't really care at the end of the day. It happened, so it is what it is. But the second one, for damn sure. And when you read the comments, everybody was saying it too. Not only was the story out and information out that same day, but the story with full descriptions were out in less than 2 hours. Like the FBI had the whole story just down packed to a T. They had all the details. They knew who the man was. Everything was written and published online in less than 2 hours after he shot those two people. How is that the case? Why? It's too fast. It's too fast. Something is up. They wanted it to happen at the end of the day. And don't get upset at me for saying that. I'm not making this video for no sob story. You can go find another video for that if you want to cry about it. But these things are going to keep happening around the globe, like the scriptures say, because it's going to get worse and worse up until what we just read right here in 2 Ezra 15. So stay circumspect, like the scriptures say. Don't fall for anything. Don't be gullible. Understand why these things are happening. And you have the understanding. You get the understanding by linking these things to biblical prophecy. We know what Esau wants to do, and therefore when we see these things, we can tie it to what the Bible says is about to happen. That's how you measure the time, and you do it diligently, meaning on a daily basis, weekly basis. Right? You're persistent with watching. So that's it right there. Lord's will, this was edifying to the elect. Kol haloyim, Yahweh ba'ashem Yahushai ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.